Hello and welcome to the lesson Inclusive Workplace Culture. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify the organization's policies towards cultural diversity and gender sensitivity, and align your beliefs and behaviors to organizational policies. To begin with, let us look at a situation. This is Neil, who has just got a dream job in a large multinational company in the big city. Neil comes from a small town, a place where he knew everyone, a place where they all looked and sounded the same. As he enters his new workplace, he remembers his past and his humble beginnings. Since Neil is a new employee, the HR executive of the company shows him around the place to familiarize him with the work environment and culture. The first thing that strikes Neil is the diversity at his new workplace. He notices that company has hired almost equal number of males and females. He can also see many employees who are from different religions and ethnic cultures and backgrounds. Neil also meets Alia, the vice president of the company. He is amazed to see that the VP is a middle-aged woman. The first thought that crosses his mind is that his mother could have also been at such a position if she was given a chance. The next day in office, Neil logs a complaint with the IT department related to an issue with his laptop. The IT guy who arrives to sort the issue is differently abled and is on a wheelchair. Neil is again amazed to see that his company also hires differently abled people. The IT guy sorts out the issue in no time. That day during lunch, the cafeteria is almost full and Neil cannot spot any vacant table. Just then, he sees an Afro-American woman waving at him and pointing to a vacant seat at her table. So Neil willingly sits down with her and thanks her for the kind gesture. At the back of his mind, he is ashamed that during their college days, he and his friends made fun of people based on the color of their skins. Do you know why Neil feels such emotions on witnessing diversity at his workplace? That's because Neil, like many other in our society, is a victim of stereotyping and unconscious bias. These biases emerge from an overgeneralized belief leading to assumptions about a particular category of people. To free yourself from such biases, you must know the types of diversities that exist in the society and believe in the idea that the workplace too should clearly reflect diverse views of a society. There are 8 major types of diversities that you may witness in the workplace. Education. Educational difference among employees reflect the way they conduct themselves. Ethnicity. The most crucial diversity at workplace is the ethnic diversity. With different human races on earth, ethnicity can be seen everywhere. Generations. This is a broader aspect of the age or generation gap at work. The old can learn new breakthroughs from the new, and the new can count on the old one's experiences. Gender. Gender diversity is the central theme of postmodern work population. The more diverse your workplace is, the better it functions. Religion. Religious diversity promotes the belief of equality among the workforce. Lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender, LGBT. This is the millennial concept of equal opportunities to people of different sexual orientations. Workers with disabilities. The new age organizations try to encourage more workforce from the differently abled community. They call this group differently abled, emphasizing the fact that every person has a different potential. Military veterans. People from the armed forces also deserve an equal right in the civilian scheme of things. But simply knowing about the different diversity is not enough. We must also know about the different issues associated with each type of diversity in the workplace. Let us help Neil look at such situations and how to resolve them. Acceptance and respect. Conflicts arise when there is a lack of acceptance of culture diversity and beliefs among employees. This can be resolved through diversity training, which will help employees understand, accept, and respect each other's differences. Accommodation of beliefs. Diversity in culture, spiritual, and political beliefs can pose a challenge in a diverse workplace. This can be resolved if employees keep their ethnic and personal beliefs independent of their work responsibilities and duties. Ethnic and cultural differences. Some individuals hold prejudice against people who have different ethnic, cultural, and religious backgrounds from their own. Cultural sensitivities training and diversity awareness programs in the workplace can help address this issue. Gender equality. We all know that gender pay gap still exists. Employers need to prevent gender discrimination and maintain equality in terms of hiring, salary, opportunities, and promotions. Physical and mental disabilities. Differently abled employees often have a difficult time navigating through their workplace because proper accommodations as simple as wheelchair ramps are not available. This can be resolved by ensuring a fair and comfortable work environment for employees with physical and mental disabilities. Generation gaps. In some companies, there are more diversified age groups from teenagers to senior citizens. As a result, social circles may be formed and some workers may be isolated from the team. To resolve this, an open communication culture needs to be created within your organization to help bridge the gap between generations. Language and communication. Language and communication barriers are ever present in companies with a diverse workforce. Language training for non-native speakers can prevent miscommunication. Diversity no longer divides at workplace. It unites and offers amazing new avenues to be explored. A diverse workplace offers innovation, provides better compliance, promotes respect, boosts company reputation, increases productivity, helps in recruitment, promotes an inclusive growth. Neil never experienced the power of diversity in his earlier organization because they did not follow the best practices of diversity and inclusion. However, in an inclusive workplace culture, you should understand how diversity impacts your role and how your role impacts the success of the diversity initiative. Find an internal champion with whom you can comfortably express concerns and/or get advice. Take the time to learn about different cultures, races, religions, and backgrounds represented by your colleagues. Treat people in a way they wish to be treated rather than the way you wish to be treated. Be a spokesperson for diversity issues that are not necessarily your own. Welcome ideas that are different from your own and support fellow teammates. Be willing to learn, accept feedback, and listen to the concerns of those around you. Communicate and educate co-workers who do not yet appreciate the value of diversity or who may not always behave respectfully. Neil must always keep in mind these new rules of diversity and inclusion in the workplace. Neil has now settled well into the new diverse and inclusive organization, all thanks to various colleagues in his office who help him adjust to the new culture, customs, and a whole new way of thinking. Let us look at what we have learned from Neil's experience with the diversity and inclusion at the workplace. We are all victims of stereotyping and unconscious bias. These biases emerge from an overgeneralized belief leading to assumptions about a particular category of people. There are 8 major types of diversities that you may witness in the workplace: education, gender, ethnicity, lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender or LGBT, generations, religion, military veterans, and workers with disabilities. The different issues associated with each type of diversity in workplace are acceptance and respect, accommodation of beliefs, ethnic and cultural differences, gender equality, physical and mental disabilities, generation gaps, and language and communication. A diverse workplace offers innovation, provides better compliance, promotes respect, boosts company reputation, increases productivity, helps in recruitment, promotes an inclusive growth.